Hook-wise as well, I think the hook could be a bit more developed. I thought it was a little bit bland. It's got the developing hook there, just strengthen it up again, maybe a bit more layering of the vocals and a bit more harmony stuff going on. Not sure. But yeah, not a bad start.
All right. And before we go on, I've got to apologize to everybody who's out there and who's actually watching or listening to this as a recorded episode, because for some reason our recording didn't start recording until halfway through um, Ian's review. So I apologize for that. Even though it was out live on the radio, it apparently didn't record for whatever reason. So I apologize for that. Of course, Ian's going to say, well, technical difficulties, and yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Two
So,
women on the show, that's all I'm going to say.
yeah, well, it happens. That's all I can say. So,
Listen here.
so
You sure it wasn't those corn gremlins that you have sometimes?
could have been those
Rich,
as well.
Cornfield, aliens.
Could have been aliens. Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Let's
like
just
that.
Blame the aliens.
We couldn't record the first half of the show because they were off making the crop circles.
Yeah, that's right. Crop circles. Yeah, Ian's got it. Anyway, let's go to Andrea, find out what she thinks about song number 1. Andrea?
Okay, it's not a bad song. I really had trouble with the mix. It was kind of, when it started, there was this nice intro guitar. Bass came in. I liked the bass sound. Drums seemed to be kind of present. And then the voice came in, and it was immediately like, can't really understand it. Like Ian said, it was pulled back, but there was also a lot of space in this mix. Like there was, a lot of either reverb on it, or there were other instruments that had more reverb on it. So it really gave the whole mix this whole washy kind of feel. And because of that, it was really hard to distinguish certain things. And one of them was any of the lyrics and, really what the hook of the song was. So I had a little bit of trouble with that. The song itself, I mean, I'm going to agree with Ian. It was a little bit kind of one track minded. The sections weren't, incredibly different. So you didn't feel like, oh, wow, there's this giant hook in the chorus. But that's okay. It kind of took me back to that kind of 80s, what was that style in the 80s that everybody was into for a while there?
New Romantic.
Yeah, kind of that, it's kind of not too serious, not too rock and roll, a little bit of emo in there. So I kind of liked the song itself, but the fact that I couldn't really connect to the vocal because it was very washy. And then there was a couple of parts in there. There was a power part that comes in early in the song where it was either like another guitar or another very big sound. And that had a lot of space on it too. And it kind of dominated everything. So, I would say, the song is worth working with, and I like the vocalist, but maybe kind of rein it in on the mix and try to figure out what kind of space you want to use in the spectrum. Tighten things up a little bit, bring some things forward, and leave those spacey, really big spacey things for hanging out in the background, so you can still understand things and maybe get some separation in the actual parts in the tune. But overall, kind of a nice song. I liked it. Like the vocalist too.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Andrea. Thank you. And now over to Miss Suzy Chase. Suzy, track number 1. What do you think about it?
Okay, I'm going to point out how Ian said Bjorky.
Okay.
That was funny. So I liked kind of the dreaminess about this tune. It kind of straddled ethereal and edginess. And her voice was really pretty, but I think she needed to turn her vocals up a little bit, or someone did. I could see this on a movie soundtrack. I liked it.
All right, very, very cool. Thank you very much, Susie. And for everybody's information, song number one, as we heard it here, is called Colors by a group called Hello June. And we appreciate Hello June sending that track in to Music Scene Investigation. Get your song in
Hello,
front of our
June.
panel. Go to musicsceneinvestigation.com. Click on Submit a Song at the top of the page. And there you'll find all the information you need to get your music into Music Scene Investigation. All right, two more tracks to take a listen to on the broadcast today. And just for everybody's information, you've already found out I did edit this show to make sure that the first track is included so you can actually hear the track. Okay? All
And
right.
only half my review.
And only half of Ian's review. Yeah. Sorry. Unless you want to hang around afterwards and do it again, Ian.
That wouldn't be fair.
No, it probably wouldn't. So I'm going to edit the show just to make sure the music's included in, but you know. All right.
And not all of my review.
And half of your review. Yeah. We've gone down this road once before. All right.
It's not that I'm upset about it, was it?
I'll make sure everybody knows. All right. Song number 2 is up, everybody, as Ian gives everybody else a heart. I don't know what this is. Anyway, here it is, song number 2 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Enjoy it as well. Song number 2 on today's MSI.
I'm sick of living lies, I'm worse than could have been. My heart's not beating right, the panic's creeping in. And now I'm losing fight, my love's gone deep again. You live where angels lie, and that's where we begin. I get amazed by you, even when I'm resting. I dream within a dream, it's like a scene from Inception. I can't seem to get enough of your perfection. I'm standing by a radiance, so look at my reflection. And there's no way you'd want my affection, since my heart's been messed up enough that it functions in sections. You think I shouldn't care about it? You don't know me, but what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I got quit, no, I can't stop it. You think I shouldn't care about it? You don't know me, but what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I got quit, no, I can't stop it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm talking all the time, my words are never clear. I don't know what is right, internal sever fear. Obliterating life, this time I'll shed a tear. If blood runs down the sides, I'll burn forever here. You think I shouldn't care about it? You don't know me, but what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I can't quit it, no, I can't stop it. You think I shouldn't care about it? You don't know me, but what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I can't quit it, no, I can't stop it. Whoa, 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 whoa. I shouldn't care about you don't love me? Well, what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I can't quit it, no, I can't stop it. You think I shouldn't care about you don't love me? Well, what do we do now? I'm falling, I can't help it. I can't quit it, no, I can't stop it.
Track number 2 on today's music scene investigation. Over to our panel we go. We're going to start out with Andrea this time around. Andrea, track number 2, over to you.
Yeah, okay. I like the groove and the energy on the song. Really it started out with this really kind of great groove. I like the balance in the recording. Sounds pretty live to me, and I think that they were pretty locked. I didn't feel like there was any, kind of staggering or anything that needed to be fixed in that way. The guy has an interesting voice, and there's only a couple things that I would really change about the arrangement. There's that break with the piano that comes in, and it's a good idea, but I think the piano is so loud in that particular part that it kind of takes over. And I know it's supposed to take over, but it kind of takes over in a way that you wish it would just kind of chill a little bit. Maybe pull it back, or put a little bit more reverb on it, or have some kind of effect on it that maybe changes the sound just a little bit. That it comes back later, and there's a solo that happens at the same time. And during that part of that section, it really feels like those two pieces are competing, because the piano, again, is so loud, and then the solo is kind of in the middle, loud enough to hear, but not loud enough to really totally get to concentrate on. And it's too bad, because it's a really good solo. So I would change a little bit about that sectioning in the mix, because it's a really good song, and I really like the energy. The vocalist, I'd say there could be a little bit more energy in the vocal part. Maybe this kind of percussive vocal thing that's designing the hook of the chorus could use a little bit more intensity, maybe a little bit more diction, so that it's really clear and you really get that, feeling of the intensity of it. That part, I think, just could have bumped up a little bit. But really good song. I like the song. I like the band sounded good. Interesting vocal. Mix is pretty well done. There's some nice touches in there. Yeah, just a couple tweaks, I think. Maybe in the sectioning and a little bit in the mix.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Andrea. Thank you. Over to Miss Suzy Chase, thegrooveradio.com. Suzy, track number 2.
I think this song could have used a bit of an intro. It felt like we kind of joined the song mid-song. It just came in really loud, too. The vocals were really loud to me. My favorite part of the song was that little quiet piano interlude. Yeah, that's about all in all. It wasn't really my cup of tea.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, Suzy. Thank you very much. Now over to Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian, what do you think of track number 2?
Okay, this track I think is a bit of a shame, because you've got some really good performances going on there. Some of the guitar parts and the drums were fantastic. Bass was not really that present in the mix. It was kind of like a low rumble, and there just wasn't cutting through, wasn't separating out. That vocal was too loud. I didn't like the actual production of the vocal, the actual vocal sound, that sort of short slapback delay reverb on it. And I agree with Andrew as well, especially in that whoa, 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 whoa bit. That's where you want the energy. That's where you want it. You don't see it going, whoa. You should go, whoa! You know, and it's that sort of difference. It's getting that sort of feeling into it. This really stinks to me of overcompression in mastering across the board, because when it does drop to those piano parts, that piano becomes so loud, and there's frequencies in there which were hurting my ears on the on the high frequencies, really spiteful, and it just sounds like someone's taken this track and just rammed it with compression. Because, you know, when that vocal comes in and starts to dominate, you can actually hear the drums fade back, and the guitars sort of get that bit more squashed. So I think, you know, this needs to be remastered, if not remixed. I mean, if someone's actually riding that piano to get it to that level, you know, you're losing the dynamic in the track. You're losing that real punch into that chorus, that, you know, by having that piano and that solo up at that level. So when it comes back in, you know, that smash doesn't actually have the effect that it should do. So, you know, it just feels to me like it's over-compressed and all the dynamics have been bled out of it. I like the guy's voice. I think, you know, as I said, it needs a bit more enthusiasm on some of them parts, and I would change personally the production on the vocal. But this is a good track. It's got a good sort of pop rock feel to it, but the mix is all over the place to my mind, and I think it's a case of mastering. Go and get this sorted out. It's a good song.
All right. I appreciate that, Ian. Thank you very much. Song number 2, for everybody's information. Song number 2 is called Panic. It's by a group called Magic Trik, and we appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation as well. Now we're going to go ahead and take a listen to track number 3 on the broadcast right now. This is indeed that track. This is track number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. Everybody enjoy track number 3.
Run and live fast as we can. Throw your clothes and cares behind you to the wind. Just footprints where you've been. Summer kids, go show them how. Faster, wilder, louder, now go raise some hell. Cast stones and pick up shells. The city people miss the boat. Hustle, bustle, noisy hopes. I'm living, breathing free. And all it's costing me. Sand under my moving feet. Forever deep surrounding me. Unsure for sure, I'm sure. And all I want is more. I know, there's a billion ways that we could go. Who knows, I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, Unsure ocean separated you from where you anticipated you to be. But was made it here somehow. Don't pay the mind to the well. How keep moving on? Keep on moving on. Keep on moving on. I know, there's a billion ways that we could go. Who knows? I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows? I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows? I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows? I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, that this can be us. I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, we'll make it there and talk about it. I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, that this can be us. I
That is track number 3 on the broadcast today. I just got to laugh a little bit about what somebody said out in the chat room. I can hear this on the radio. Yes, you can, and yes, you did. All right. I thought that was funny. All right, going to start everything out this round with Miss Suzy Chase from thegrooveradio.com. Suzy, what do you think about track number 3?
I think this tune is very Brooklyn-esque. It's very now. I think it's highly marketable. And as the person in the chat room said, it's super radio friendly. The production was good. I liked it. And I think this could definitely be a pop hit tomorrow.
All right, very cool. Thank you, Suzy. Over to Mr. Ian Husbands. Ian, track number 3, sir.
As you may remember, I've done a bit of work for Walk Off the Earth, a Canadian band, a while ago on their last album. They've recently released a new album, Sing It All the Way, and the production on this track sounds almost identical to the production on their track. It's got a very, very commercial feel to it. The haze and the sort of background vocals. It's kind of got that folk pop rock feel about it, which is big at the moment. Bands like the Lumineers and Mumford & Sons and other acts like that were sort of doing that sort of folky sound, but with a sort of modern pop rock edge. And the guy's got a great voice. There's a lot of thought been put into this, and it's a great track. I mean, to me, it's a little bit hot. If I want to get really critical on this, the mix is a little bit hot. But, that, again, as we've discussed many times on the show, that is kind of the in thing for modern pop music. I think you've got a hit here if you can get this in the right hands.
All right, Ian, I appreciate your thoughts as well. Now over to Andrea. Andrea, what do you think about track number 3?
Yeah, this track, I mean, it has everything it's supposed to have. It's really beautifully done. The production is just super slick and perfect. A nice voice, great song, some interesting sounds. I think it starts beautifully, and then, true to really staying with that, it ends beautifully too. The outro goes back into this kind of arpeggiated thing, and it's such a nice way to really just cap it all off. I love the bass and the drums and that kind of syncopated thing that they did together was really tight, really well played. The vocals and the backing vocals really blend together nicely, and even those haze in the background, they sit kind of perfectly. They've been blended perfectly. So, I mean, it's one of those pieces. Besides being commercial and having that whole feel that's very popular right now, it's just really well done. It's a really well produced track. It's been loved. Whoever's project this is, I'm sure it sits inside either an album or another piece of work that's got, some motion behind it, and they're really working to get this heard. I thought it was great. It was great. I love it.
All right. I appreciate it, Andrea. Thank you very much as well. Track number 3, for everybody's information, track number 3 is called Excited Eyes, and that's by a group called the Notionaries. We appreciate their sending that track into Music Scene Investigation as well. Now we're going to throw things over to our panel, and Andrea, of course, dropped off again. Darn, she's got some real issues on Skype, I think, today. I'm not sure, but anyway, we do have to find out who our Song of the Week selectee is going to be. So what we'll do is we will see if Andrea comes back, but until then, we will ask Ian and Suzy for their thoughts as well. Ian, Suzy, what do you think about Song of the Week possibilities here?
I think it's quite simple, isn't it, this week? I think it's quite simple. I don't think there's a question this week.
Same here. Ditto.
Lee.
Ditto Lee.
See, no one but me did that. No one. Ian brought it up, and I'm the only one who did it. All right.
You see what I did there? See what I did there?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible things you do. All right. So, Ian, what do you think? Song of the week selection as I try and call Andrea back here.
No question at all about this. You know, it's got to be song 3. We've had some good offerings today. You know, the first 2 obviously needed work, in our opinion, but the 3 of us have just sort of just gushed all over this track. So I can't see it being any other way, really.
All
Me
right.
neither.
Susie, that means song 3 for you as well?
Yep, excited eyes.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what, since Andrea's not here, you know, I mean, I want to have her vote. I really do want to know what it is because I think
I can tell you now, it's song number 3. I can tell you that.
Are you sure of that?
Yeah, I think so
Pretty
too.
much certain.
All right. Well, we'll let it keep on calling her while we take the time to let everybody know that it's probably going to be unanimous. Even if it's not, song 3 will be our song of the week simply on a 2-1 margin. So congratulations to the Notionaries and their track Excited Eyes on today's MSI. Susie, I want to thank you so much for being here today. I want to
Thank you.
I want to apologize to you again because the front of the show didn't get recorded like I was hoping it would. So you know, I want to make that up to you if I can.
That's okay. Well, everyone needs to listen to my new podcast.
The Cookery by the Book. No "the" at the front. Cookery by the Book with Suzy Chase. It's notable on
I'm newly notable on
iTunes.
iTunes.
Yes, that's awesome. So we'll make sure everybody checks that out, and I promise I'll make it up to you, Susie. I really, really will. Ian, thank you as well, and everybody out in the audience. If you see Andrea, you know, tell her we said hi.
Official, Lee.
Exactly. Exactly. Somebody actually should say in the chat room, "Hey, Andrea," she's in the chat room, or at least her name is, so they should let her know. She says not on Skype, though. Yeah. I'm actually online, so I don't know what's going on. She says I'm showing as offline. I'm trying to call her. I don't know. Ask her what her vote is in the chat room. We'll get it for recording purposes.
Hello. What?
What? Yeah. It's a radio show, Ian. We need noise.
Yeah. I can't speak and type at the same time. I'm not a woman.
Wow.
Andrea
And
is.
that's a compliment. That's saying that basically you can walk and chew gum. I can't. I'm just simple.
All right. Well, let's find out what Andrea thought because she is back online with us. I hope.
Yay!
I don't
Yes,
have her.
I'm here.
There she is.
Here.
There's Andrea. All right, Andrea, what do you think? What's your vote for the song of the week?
I'm choosing number 3.
All right. Well, then
I don't know what everybody else chose because I just got here. So
actually, it is. It's unanimous, just like Ian and Susie said it would be. So no worries there. They actually said you would select song number 3.
Yeah, it's a really gorgeous song. I just you know how I am. I like to reward the work.
Well, that's not a problem at all. And again, a congratulations out to the Notionaries and their track. And we're going to play out with that one on today's show. Thanks for being here, everybody. Certainly hope you'll join us again next time right here on Music Scene Investigation. We'll do this all again next week. So be here. Please. It'll be a lot of fun, I guarantee. Here it is, the Notionaries and their track Excited Eyes one more time on MSI.
Bye.
Bye.
Run and live fast as we can. Throw your clothes and cares behind you to the wind. Just footprints where you've been. Summer kids, go show them how. Faster, wilder, louder, now go raise some hell. Cast stones and pick up shells. The city people miss the boat. Hustle, bustle, noisy hopes. I'm living, breathing free. And all it's costing me. Sand under my moving feet. Forever deep surrounding me. Unsure for sure, I'm sure. And all I want is more. I know, there's a billion ways that we could go. Who knows? I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. who knows? Once your ocean separated you from where you anticipated you to be, but was made it here somehow. Don't pay the mind to the where or how. Keep moving on, keep on moving on. Keep on moving on. I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, who knows? I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, who knows? Who knows, who knows? I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, who knows? I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, who knows? Who knows, who knows? I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, who knows? That this can be us. I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, who knows? We'll make it there and talk about it. I know, there's a million ways that we could go. Who knows, who knows? That this can be us. I know, there's nothing that I know for sure. Who knows, who knows? Who knows, who knows?